Hi, everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you like this content, please feel free to subscribe below. I sometimes lose sight. I have so much to share with protective parents, and I sometimes lose sight of like the overall focus, which is coercive control. So why do we need to even begin using this word coercive control? What does it mean? It means that we are looking through the non-physical violence model. Historically, we've looked through the violent incident model to determine if someone was a victim of domestic abuse. And what we know is that it is based on power and control. And it is about slowly and insidiously wearing down a person's autonomy, their ability to know what they should know. And these coercive controllers, I like to use the word like as a noun, like the coercive controller, right? What they do is they often seek out people who tend to be accommodating, have these traits of just wanting relationships to work, highly optimistic, and working hard, really working hard. So I've been doing this work since I was the age of 19. I've been a social justice advocate my entire life. And now really looking back, realized that there were so many signs, but I didn't know it while I was living in it. And so I want you to know that it can be extremely nuanced. It can be something as significant as physical violence. But here's the reality. Again, most start off without physically violent characteristics. So some people never have physical violence, never. So what we know is that it can be insidious, it's gaslighting, manipulation, it's threats, like undermining threats, like, oh, if you do that, well, your children aren't going to love you, or, oh, if you do that, I don't know, maybe I'll stay out later next time. Like, in other words, there's always a consequence for any kind of disagreement. In other words, I'm not allowed to express how I feel about something, because if I do, then when I express that, it's going to be held against me. And so there's revenge. What we know is Rosenfeld and colleagues talk about these people being drawn towards conflict, which is why the family court, why any legal aspect becomes like their stage. They just love it. They love it. We saw that with Johnny Depp for sure. So I think that it's really important to highlight for people that it's nuance, that just because you weren't locked in a room or put on a budget doesn't mean it's not coercive control. Ask yourself these questions. Do I have a right to express my opinion? When I express my opinion, am I told that I'm too sensitive, or that I'm being too dramatic, or, maybe being a baby? Am I made fun of? Mockery is one of their favorite tools. They love to make fun of people, but then say, oh, it's just a joke, right? And so, or are they maybe in some ways saying, oh, I love you so much. Why are you going out again tonight with your friends? So there is an isolation that occurs. And of course, that intimidation, if you leave me, then, maybe something as drastic as your children will know who you really are. But maybe just if you leave me, I don't know what I'd do without you. You are my soulmate. So there's always this push pull that creates a trauma bond, which we can talk about in another video. But I think it's really important to understand that it's not black and white. It's very nuanced. Ask yourself again, am I able to be myself? Am I accepted and loved for who I am? Is this person using my vulnerabilities against me? And what is your vulnerabilities? Like, ask yourself, wait a minute, these are my vulnerabilities: the love of my children, the desire to have a family, my job, maybe, or, the love of my partner. These people know what our vulnerabilities are because we share and we are transparent, and they are not. They have an entire veil. So what I really want to say, though, is that in this family system, children are not just exposed to or witnesses to, they are actually victims of this, because they are learning to regulate their behavior much like the adult victim does. She walks on eggshells. She is always worried about being in trouble, or having, or expressing herself in some way, like, I'm really upset about this, and then being told that she's crazy for being upset, or overly dramatic, or look at her, she's really angry. Like, I remember one time I went out and I was really frustrated about a situation, and I said, that's it, I'm going out to mow the lawn. And apparently when I went out to mow the lawn, I was made fun of and ridiculed for being so angry while I was mowing the lawn. I mean, seriously, isn't that a really great coping mechanism, going out and mowing the lawn? I think it is. So I wasn't banging on the lawnmower. I wasn't doing anything. I was just mowing that lawn because I was letting it out. Yet it was held against me. And it was said in a way that diminished me in the home. So really knowing that if you are not in a position of personal power and someone is taking that away, personal power is an excellent thing. We all need it. And if someone is taking that away, that's problematic. And when it's happening in the home, the children are experiencing that. So we really need to really pivot to understanding that's child abuse. It's never the victim's fault, ever. It is the abuser who is trying to abuse the children in some way, regulate them, teaching them these tactics, strategies, weaponizing them against the protective parent. So much more to say, but have a great day. Bye.